Welcome to Momentum Monday. I'm Dana Middleton, your host. Today we're talking about the 3Ds. Now, what I call the 3Ds are these things that I think we all can relate to sometimes: doubt, dissatisfaction, and disappointment. They're really easy feelings to drum up, especially as artists, when you're putting yourself out there all the time and you might not be getting back exactly what you want in the time frame that you want. We are so fixated on the time frame that it's got to be now, or it's got to be when we want it. And sometimes that's not exactly the time schedule that is the best, actually, for you or for anyone. Sometimes it takes a little time for things to bake, and we have to be patient with that. At the same time, we can cultivate a mindset that supports us as we are on our journey, that makes us feel better. And we can also become aware of patterns and habits that might not be serving us, might be making us feel bad. And a few of these are doubt, disappointment, and dissatisfaction. I call these lies that we think are true. When something happens and we don't get what we want, we just can feel such disappointment, right? And it just feels terrible. And then that can lead to feeling doubt that maybe we chose the wrong path or we've done something wrong. And then that can lead to what we're really going to tap on today, which is dissatisfaction, which is kind of the mother of them all, that can really keep us small and keep us in a lower vibration that doesn't help us. But when you feel these feelings, I'd love for you to pay attention. Pay attention when you feel doubt, dissatisfaction, disappointment. Pay attention. Am I feeling that? Maybe you can do some tapping. If you're new to tapping, stick with me. We're going to tap in a minute. I'm feeling this emotion. It feels so crappy. I felt this lots of times before. This is a real familiar feeling. Familiar feelings are really the feelings we need to dig into and go, where did you come from? Because maybe you had a parent who was often disappointed or dissatisfied. Maybe you had, all these reasons that we can feel this way. It seems really legitimate. And we're told that if you feel dissatisfied or disappointed in something, we almost get attention for that. Like, oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry, because, it is right. And it's real. I'm not saying it's not real, but it becomes a habitual way of thinking. And I want you to think about taking a diet from the 3Ds. Meaning when you feel them, tap them out. I'm not saying to avoid them, but tap them out, acknowledge it, and then go, okay, I'm going to just choose to put this aside and not indulge this feeling of disappointment or doubt or dissatisfaction, because they really keep us in lower energy. They keep us out of our personal jet streams, and they don't serve us. So today, we're going to do some tapping around one of these, which is dissatisfaction, because you can often have dissatisfaction just kind of running invisibly in your life. I realized not too long ago, I had something that every day, by the end of the day, I would focus on that I was dissatisfied about. And it was like, it was just there, and I was doing it constantly. And I thought, oh my gosh, finally, when I caught it, I thought, this is not working for me. I need to change this. So I said, for a month, I'm just not going to indulge this. If I feel it, I'm going to tap, say, oh, I feel dissatisfied. This is, this feeling feels terrible. I'm really not happy with this, but I'm just not going to go there. Right. I'm not going to indulge this right now because it might not be real. It's just a feeling. It's just a pattern. It become a pattern. And that pattern was not serving me. Now, with dissatisfaction, especially, I think what happens is we think if if something in our life is not what we want, it could be a relationship, it could be your creative career, it could be even an agent or a manager that you have a lot of dissatisfaction around, or a situation, a living situation. We think that if we are dissatisfied, that somehow it will change. If we are accepting and finding the blessings of where we are, that it'll just stay the same forever, right? I think we're somehow taught that in life, in society. However, the opposite is true, meaning if you think dissatisfied is going to get you out of the ditch, it's not at all. It's going to keep you in the ditch. dissatisfaction really kind of is like glue to the situation that you want to change. It just keeps you right in that sticky mess. So when you give it up, you give space for things to change. And actually, another D that I actually love that will change it is delight. Delight is your rocket fuel. Delight is what will get you going. Focusing on anything that makes you happy in this situation that you may not love, you don't want to stay there forever, but the idea that being dissatisfied about it will change things is a lie. And if you look back, you'll probably see that is true, that dissatisfaction doesn't seem to work. So let's tap about it today. Take a moment, take a breath. So glad to be here today. And think about something that you're dissatisfied about, something that maybe hasn't changed for a long time, something that just gets you and you just feel such dissatisfaction. Whatever it is, it could be, let's say, like I say, personal life, living situation, your creative career, whatever it is. Oh, I love this here. Yeah, even the physical act of saying delight tends to make me smile. Yes, isn't delight? I'm going to be writing about that more this summer because I love this idea of leaning into delight. But for the heck of it right now, because we want to let go of some patterns of dissatisfaction, let's tune into it. So wherever you might be feeling dissatisfied, career, whatever it is, just give it a second. Go, oof, I'm feeling dissatisfied there. Maybe close your eyes, feel it in your body. Feel in your body. Might be in your stomach or your chest, your throat, or nowhere. That's fine too. And let's do a little tapping just to remove that energy, just to process it, acknowledge it, and let it go so that you can start that dissatisfaction diet. Let's just backing away from it. Do I have to feel that way? What if I could choose something a little bit more delightful? Maybe that will make me feel better, and feeling better always gets our engine moving. Okay. So take a rating maybe of this dissatisfaction. How much do you feel dissatisfied? 1 to 10. Is it really strong, a 10, or is it just a little bit? That's okay too. And we can look at that at the end and see if this tapping gave you some relief. All right, so as usual, we're going to start here on the karate chop point, right here on the side of the hand. Just tap with me, repeat after me. We're going to say the ugly, ugly, but that's okay because when we're tapping, we're actually tapping on meridian points to release blocked energy. So it's okay to say what doesn't feel so good. All right, so even though I feel dissatisfied about this, I'm willing to have lots of compassion with myself. Even though I'm really dissatisfied and I feel it a lot, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Take a breath. Even though this feeling of dissatisfaction in this area is so easy for me. What if I chose not to feel that pattern anymore? Okay, so now we're going to go use your 2 fingers here. You can do both sides of the face or just one side. It doesn't matter. And we're going to tap on the point right inside of the eyebrow and keep repeating after me. I'm so dissatisfied about this. And then outside the eye, all this dissatisfaction. And under the eye, I really don't like this situation, so of course I'm dissatisfied. Under the nose. Oh, I felt this feeling for so long now. I'm so frustrated. On the chin. Don't tell me to give up my dissatisfaction because I am dissatisfied. Under the collarbone. Of course I'm dissatisfied. Why wouldn't I be? Middle of the chest. And I don't know what to do with it. I just feel like it's a pattern now. under the arm, all this feeling of dissatisfaction. Top of the head, all this dissatisfaction, just wanting it to change. Okay, so that's a full round of tapping. We're going to do a couple more of those, but good job. Eyebrow point. If I'm not dissatisfied, I feel like it won't ever change. Outside the eye. Like I'll be stuck with this thing that I hate. Under the eye. I hate feeling stuck. I hate feeling frustrated. Under the nose. And frankly, I don't even know how to find a blessing here or a silver lining. On the chin. Because I'm so used to being upset about this. Take a breath. If you're yawning, that means it's totally working. Under the collarbone. I'm so used to being frustrated about this. The middle of the chest. And it's okay. It's okay to feel this way. Under the arm. It's okay to feel this way, but it might be keeping me stuck. Top of the head. And honestly, I just don't want to be stuck anymore. So now let's reframe this a little bit. We're going to find ways to see it differently. So start back on the eyebrow point. What if I could see it differently? Outside the eye. What if this dissatisfaction isn't as true as I think? Under the eye. What if there's some good things here that I just don't see anymore? Under the nose. And what if by letting go of my dissatisfaction, maybe just as an experiment? On the chin. Could get me back into some flow. Under the collarbone. Maybe I witnessed somebody in my childhood who was dissatisfied a lot. Middle of the chest. And maybe this is their, emotion more than my own. Under the arm. That I don't need to play out anymore. Top of the head. Because in this area of my life, it's not working. So this last round, let's do something. We're just going to have some fun with it. Let's amp it up. Let's say some positives. Back to the eyebrow point. So what if I was daring enough to choose delight? Outside the eye. Sure, that sounds like a leap right now, but I can find small ways to be delighted. Under the eye. At the very least, I can back away from the bar of dissatisfaction. Under the nose. In part by noticing how often I go there and stopping myself. On the chin. I want to feel delight. Under the collarbone. So instead of waiting for something to make me feel delight, what if I choose to feel it anyway? Middle of the chest. What if I choose to lift and feel better about the situation? Under the arm. Because choosing to feel better will almost instantly make it better. Top of the head. And I am absolutely worth that. Take a breath. How did that feel? I hope good. I hope that that makes some sense to you. You know, we're just a collection of thoughts. We're just a collection of feelings. And some of them serve us and some of them don't. And I really found for myself stepping back and having this diet of the 3Ds, but especially dissatisfaction, that I feel like my life is lighter. That I'm not feeling so married to that thing that was frustrating me. It's just a small act of just seeing something, acknowledging it, and choosing, do you want to lean in or do you want to lean back and go, I don't know. I don't know about this. Maybe I can lean into something that's a little bit more um, supportive, that will serve me more, that will get me out of the ditch in this area. I'm not saying you're in a ditch in all your areas of your life. Of course you're not, but there may be an area where we get into this momentum, right, of feeling these feelings that keep us stuck. And one of the best ways to get out of being stuck, is to take your thoughts away from it, take your attention away from it, and try to focus on things that make you feel better. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Monday. I'm going to be talking about more of this on my blog this Wednesday. If you're not on the mailing list yet, please sign up. You can do that at thealignedartist.com. And I will see you in 2 weeks, where we're going to be talking about more of this good stuff. If you have things you'd like to talk about this summer, you'd like for us to tap about, please email me, put it in the comments. I want to support you in your creative career and your creative journey. And, we're all in this together. All right. Have a great week. Thanks, guys.